One of those opaque organizations is a Washington, D.C. group called the 1630 Fund, receives this foreign money, and then turns around and bankrolls political battles all across the country. You know, over $100 million of foreign money has flown through the 1630 Fund, and they are working to implement some far left and extremist public policies. Well, because they know that their far left agenda often cannot withstand the scrutiny of a typical legislative process. So they are sidestepping the legislative process, and they're using foreign dark money to do it.
We have had a horrifying intel discovery thanks to the DOGE team alarming $100 million in foreign dark mo. I don't know what mo is. Laundered into the U.S. political system via the 1630 Fund, pushing far left ballot initiatives in 25 states. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's always the tip. It's time to ban foreign election interference. But wait, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, it's a trap.
You've had quite a bit of discussion on Real ID and its implementation here in the country. And the reason that Real ID is being enforced is because it's a federal law. Joe Biden kicked the can to May 7th. And this Real ID is going to just empower the states to make sure we're checking people's residences. Their current legal status will be verified. We're going to make sure that people who are getting Social Security numbers in this country aren't voting in states. The states have the power and the information to ensure election integrity. And here at the federal level, that information is not going to be any biometric information. It'll just allow people to get an ID that they should be on our planes. They should be people that are United States residencies, and that legal status will be checked. So it'll allow us to get more information to states so that they're making sure that they're protecting their election laws as well.
So here you have it once again. Just do as the government tells you. Republican, Democrat, make sure you guys have your TSA Real ID, because you want to be able to board things like airplanes. And if Christie says you should do it, and if the Dawn says you should do it, and if it'll stop all of that illegal fraud stuff, then we need to do it. No. Also, if you are traveling, expect delays. On May 7th, travelers with non-compliant ID will face additional screening measures, possible travel delays, possible more massage therapy pat-downs. And Trump and Secretary Christie are saying, you gotta do it, you guys. All airline passengers 18 years and older, including TSA pre-check members, must present Real ID compliant identification. So as a good Republican or Democrat, because Democrats follow the rules, you gotta do what the government says. No. But wait, Bravo, we need to protect these elections. Come on, man. Get on the bandwagon, because the trains are leaving. Hey, kids, you can leave without me. Oh, and just in case you wanted to know who is a board member of this whole global Real ID thing. Oh, hey, Bill Gates. So you do know this is an international system. But hey, if California's on board, Real ID, safe, secure, and smart. And I know this is going to be hard to believe. Just a few years ago, talking about California, landed, hadn't eaten for 3 months, was determined to get six-pack abs, went to a Panda Express. That's where you want to go. That blow you up with some MSG. I'm like, I just got off a flight. I am starving to death. I would like to, and they're like, you got to leave. I'm like, well, okay, I'm not putting on a mask. Well, no, we need to, you are not actually able to order unless you show your vaccine passport, because it is for the good of all people and the safety. And I said you could take your orange chicken and shove it. Just can I have one sample before I just one? Put that little toothpick in there. I won't tell anyone. I know a lot of people are like, you Bravo, you're such like a mega Trump supporter now. No, I'm not. I believe in the same things that I've believed in since I started this channel. You could actually find them in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And I actually had a lot of people unsubscribe. So if you could, check and see if you've been unsubscribed. Unless you just did. But can you subscribe? Support the content. Someone who will actually speak to you logically. Unless you do not speak in the logic, you are more emotional than, I don't know. That would be your therapist. I'm also a God-fearing man, and I want to help you make your digits go up. Solve problems. And hey, if you want to be a 1 million, and I don't know how you could be a 1 million, but AI is included and a bear market course along to boot. All right, my English is very poor today. Also, just to let you know, I delete sales all the time. Remember when I had the sale with the 1 million and the other one's deleted, and then this one's gonna go too. So if you're like, this for $2.99, that's a good deal, I would recommend you get it. Also, the $1 a day on my watch list where you make, 140%? 215%'s better. Yes, Bravo, you've been showing that. Can you do any better than that? How about 285% on BAX? You're welcome. Wish there was a dude like me back in the day. I would subscribe to me. Someone that's like, gives me everything? Well, give me all the news. And then tell me because I'm kind of an idiot. Show me where I might be wrong. Also on this one, Charlie Kirk, I might be wrong. 100 million, foreign dark, you guys could look it up. 1630 fund. I'm just trying to put it all together with this whole election interference, ID, real ID. They're really pushing this. I say sometimes you need to push back, especially if it's the orange guy. I don't care who it is. Obama, Don, Harvard. Harvard's pushing back. I like this. Actually, Obama praised Harvard. Said, hey, I like what I'm seeing over there, Harvard. I think maybe I'll send a few of my kids there. Push back against Trump. So now Trump is raising the stakes. Maybe I wouldn't have done that, Harvard. Also, I have a trivia question for you. What was Harvard called before it was called Harvard? Because Harvard's a cool name. New College. The name was actually changed in 1639. That's when I was doing my undergrad. But back to the breaking news. Trump administration freezes $2.2 billion in grants to Harvard after university defies its demands over campus protests and all the left-leaning propaganda, whatever. Also, just a little words of wisdom. Hey, parents, if you ever really want to screw your kids up, from a God-fearing home, we're going to go to church, we're going to love one another. If you really want to mess them up for the rest of their lives, send them to college. And boy, I'm sure that'll get me a whole lot of likes. There I go, shooting myself in the knee foot. I'm just going to stand here like I did when I taught high school or when I taught university. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? I was the worst high school teacher and university professor ever. I told the kids, don't go, and then I would show up, and I'd be there too, and I'm like, didn't I tell you not to come here? Spending $6,000 on this course right now. You could have used that to start a business. Then they would say, come on, Professor Bravo, I'm here for the party and the chlamydia. And to blow all of my parents' money that they have to pay back for the rest of their lives, and they haven't even finished. Paying off their own debt. So good job, parents. Just do whatever, they've told you to do your whole life. Go to college, get good grades, become an employee, work for Johnny Bravo. Trump administration freezes $2.2 billion. And then Harvard pushes back and they're like, we don't need your money. And Barack Hussein Obama praises, that's his middle name, right? When I Google it, I can't even find that. That would not have been a very good platform to run on. They kind of seem to have left that one out. Anywho, praises the alma mater Harvard for rejecting Trump's demands. Sets an example. Yeah, let's push back to the orange guy. Well, breaking news, orange guy pushes back. He's now threatening to take their tax-exempt status since they act as a leftist political entity. Oops. And then he tweets about it. So sorry about that. Actually, one of my best friends graduated from Harvard. Very far right, just to let you know. They manage $53 billion income tax-free. On top of that, they receive $686 million in Fed funding last academic year. That should be illegal. And I want to say thank you to the DOGE team for getting out there and unraveling and something. My brain was struggling with the word cover, uncovering all of this fraud. From 50,000 illegal aliens that were just forcibly removed from Arizona's voter rolls prove that Democrats are using illegals to steal elections. What would be the cherry on top of the ice cream sandwich, or more so a banana split? Be the real ID. Gotta get me one of them. Then all of this will be solved. The world will be happy, and we can all go home in our white picket houses in peace. In regards to houses, breaking news: the number of single new family homes for sale surged to 500,000 in February, the highest since 2007. The good old days. The number of new homes on the market has more than tripled over the last 13 years. Hey guys, guess what? All-time highs. Here we go. Look at that blue line. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? I have some capital to deploy. So does Warren Buffett. This at the time that I'm like, guys, you got to get ready. Like, have cash, be ready. Don't buy that new car. Remember? During the lockdown, I'm like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. U.S. car loan applications are being rejected. So are home loans. Highest since baby Jesus. At the highest rate in more than a decade. Okay, so car loans, maybe they'll give you one, but that's pretty up there. Like with everything goes up, everything goes down, everything goes up, everything goes down. You swing trade it. Treasury yields tumble. S&P suffers a death cross. That's usually the beginning of the end. So be ready to get in. I know that's your, wait, huh? Always bass-ackward. So like when fund managers are like, yeah, everything's bullish. This was just a couple months ago. Go all in. I'm like, take profits. As of today, breaking news: fund managers globally bearish. They're so bearish. Everyone's so bearish. Get ready to enter. Actually, you could have. Oh, the S&P 500 is down right now. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy. The S&P 500 is going to do exactly like I said it was. I said it was going to go down. It went down. I said it's going to bounce on that blue line. It bounced on that blue line. It got pulled. Purple nurple. My indicators pulled it down. I said, you're going to run it up right here. You're going to take the swing trade. That's on the 4 hour right there. You're going to run it all the way up. It's going to go into this area. Things that you're like, well, this is called a gap. See? CME gap. It's going to fill it. Hasn't filled it yet. It will. We'll also put on what's called a rising wedge. See, I'm going to put that line there. You see, it's like, break. Okay, Bravo, how far will it go? I can do this all day long. It's going to go all the way up there to the purple line. I drew an orange line for you. Get rejected on the orange line. What is that? It's 200-day moving average. Rinse and repeat. If you'd like, I can finish this wedge, rising wedge. I mean, it could break earlier and you could make money on the way down. That's why I included the bear market course in my new $1 million course. Take advantage of it. And I love you. I will see you tomorrow.